Morning, morning, morning. Yes, we're back with another episode, another rider. Today we are honoured to have two lovely ladies in the house, Evan and Eleanor, and they're into that. You know what, I think I'm going to let them explain. But before we get into that, don't forget to like, subscribe and follow and share, and hopefully we can learn something today. So nice to have you here today.
Hello.
So tell us, what is your profession? How did you get into it?
I work with a youth club. I usually do circus skills, so I teach young kids in my area circus tricks, mainly hula hoop stuff. Yeah. I got into it. It's really strange. I attended the youth club at first, and then one day they had all the circus stuff out. I have no idea why. So I picked up a hoop because I've been hula hooping since like 10, and just immediately the manager of the whole place just turned to me and was like, "Do you want a job now?" So that was about 2 years ago, and now I work almost full time.
Talk about why the youth club was invented.
Oh yeah, it's the youth club is Kids on the Green. It's local to around Ladbroke Grove sort of area, and it actually started up after Grenfell, which is why it is Kids on the Green, because we literally started up in a park basically right next to it, because we needed emergency sort of help for the young people affected and the young people around the area. So it started up then, and now we've had we've grown so much from that time that we have our own sort of warehouse thing. We have a studio, music studio, which is very good. You should go. And yeah, it's now a massive...
So you've got a lot of funding from the government then?
Yeah, I'm not really in control of as much of the finance stuff, but there's a lot of funding and different things coming in and out. But yeah,
the government has to be seen to be trying to make good.
Not to get too political, but they do need to fix up after that.
Okay.
But yeah.
So when you say hula hooping, you're just talking those plastic rings when you wiggle your waist?
Yeah, but I do tons of tricks, not just like around my waist. Yeah, just literally anything. I have a couple tricks where it goes over my shoulders and rolls across my body, and different stuff that I can bring them down to my knees and then bring it back up again, and all of that kind of stuff. Yeah, tons of tricks.
Are you on YouTube?
I'm not on YouTube, no. I'm not a performer. I'm not a performer.
You should be on YouTube for the club at least.
Shouldn't I?
Yeah.
But no, what I like about this job is that it's a circus, but I don't perform in it. I teach, and then we aim to teach the kids enough tricks that they can perform. So it's less pressure on myself and the other circus workers, because we don't have to stress about a sort of monthly performance at every new location or whatever. It's much more focused on the kids and making sure they have a good time.
I was thinking along the lines as if you had a video on YouTube and then some kids can do their videos in relation, then they can see what standard that it can get to.
Yeah, a couple people have told me to put it on YouTube. I think someone was...
bring back hula hooping.
I don't think it ever was in.
Bring it in.
But no, yeah, I should put it on YouTube, because also I could do like that kind of thing of... Someone always needs a really niche hobby that you can be in the background of an acting gig or whatever.
There's probably a federation of hula hoops.
Hula Hoop Federation. I should look it
there's
up.
a Facebook page. There's probably a Facebook page.
I mean, there's a Facebook page for everything, isn't there? So.
Yeah. In that respect. So where did you learn? You said you was in a circus.
Yeah.
So how did you end up in a circus? That's a story in itself.
I really have no idea. So many people ask how I managed to get to a circus. Yeah, born and bred Londoner, so never had a massive like open space for
not like circus
crazy trapeze stuff. It's small, but we've got a trapeze rig. Yeah, we have one of those. You know those things? They're kind of like a metal hula hoop, and they're in the air, and people do cool stuff. They're not moving around much, but they're doing very cool, interesting, like almost ballet-like stuff. I can't really describe it, but it's very good. We've got a rig, we've got hoops, we've got jugglers. Yeah, we don't have clowns, don't have animals, but
that's good.
I mean, I work there,
don't
so
like
we've
those
got
things with animals, but
yeah, it breaks my heart to see circuses that have sort of doing all mad things. It is cruelty. So I'm glad I work in a circus that is as far away from animals, because I'd also be terrified of them. So good for them, good for me. But yeah.
How long did it take you to master the hula hoop?
Well, initially, when I got the job, I knew one or two tricks, but they weren't anything special. But I could teach someone how to hula hoop confidently. So once I sort of got the job, for a while it was every Saturday. So every Saturday I'd sort of aim to learn one trick, or aim to sort of get through one hard bit of whatever I was doing. So I did it very gradually, and I think a lot of not that there's a massive hula hooping community, but a lot of hoopers, I think that's what they're called, they learn like 100 tricks, but all a bit not quite finished or not quite correct. But my idea of a fully learnt trick is something that I can do very casually, and I think I get told that most is that I make it look really easy, which I think is a bit more impressive.
Yeah, it's a high compliment.
Yeah, it really is.
Because that gives people inspiration to, I can have a go, look how she does it.
Yeah,
and
then they get on and they're like, oh, that's not the same. But, I like to teach people to get to my standard, because it is possible. I recently taught a 12-year-old one of my hardest tricks. So,
right, and they must have been very happy.
Yeah, no, it is something about seeing the glee on a young person's face when they get something right. It's just out of this world, I think.
I take it you've been to university?
No.
Oh, you haven't?
I'm actually going into A-levels. I'm quite young.
So how old are you?
I'm 16.
Really?
Yeah, no one believes me.
Because you sound,
I get that a lot.
you're destined for great things.
But I'm with a uni student, the son.
Yeah.
This one's a uni
Yeah.
student.
What do your parents do for a living?
Nothing to do with the circus. My mother is a teacher of arts in a college, so working with around 18-year-olds.
Mainly jewellery.
Jewellery. And my father is sort of a freelance writer.
Yeah, so it's
thingy.
both creative industry.
Creative, but not jugglers. Nothing.
Yeah.
Not lion tamers or anything. So, don't know how I did this, but got into it.
What motivates you?
What motivates me? That's a deep question. I think in terms of my job, what motivates me is definitely seeing happy children. I think especially with what the West London area has been through in the past years and however long, it is so rewarding to watch children be happy. It's really nice. Yeah,
after Grenfell.
Yeah, after Grenfell and even just normal struggles, it's quite rewarding to see them be happy. And I think also, I just finished a summer school bit, so I was the arts manager of the summer school. So there's something that I gained from parents. Yeah, it is very rewarding to watch young kids be so happy about getting something right, and I really like it. It's just a really nice job, and it sort of feels like a family, because obviously it's formed together in such a hard time that it is like these people have now known each other for 5+ years, and I
5
really
years
love
ago,
it.
that doesn't feel that
Yeah, it
long
really
ago.
doesn't, but it has been 5 years, I think.
Okay.
If I'm right.
What part of London are you from originally?
From that area.
Okay.
Yeah, so around that sort of space, so it wasn't. Yeah.
Alright, I hear you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What have you learned from your days of hula hooping that
Hula
you
hooping's difficult.
that you wish you knew when you had started?
Relax a bit. I think a lot of jobs require you to be quite on it, and I think this job is no exception. But I think when you're working with kids, even if you have to be on the ball, you can't show it. It's quite a difficult thing to get right, but if you're really tense and nervous about this job, then the kids will be tense, and then you'll be more tense, and then it doesn't work. So relax a bit and be okay with a couple things going wrong, because when you're bringing 24 hoops to a park, things will go wrong. So just de-stress about the whole thing, because then kids will enjoy it more. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. There was a question that was, what would you say to your 16-year-old self?
Well,
Yeah.
hello.
What does the future hold for you?
Well, I kind of have no idea. I'm going to stick with this job because it's quite a convenient school job to have because it's mainly summer stuff. I am going to do my A-levels, going to do English, art, history, not art history, art and history, and maths. See where that takes me. Probably somewhere to do with art. Hula hooping is a very side bit of my personality, it's the wild card. But yeah, probably not a job in hula hooping or the circus, but nice to have one now. Yeah.
So when you said circus, what came to mind is a hoop hanging from the ceiling on 2 ropes and you swinging through it.
Yeah, we have that. We have one of them. It's very makeshift, but we have a hoop that hangs from the ceiling. We get a sort of rig thing and we travel in a van and go to different parks around the area. Our whole thing is that we don't want to travel too far because obviously we started up because we wanted a youth club for our area, so it stays in our area. I think the furthest we've gone is Shepherd's Bush-ish.
You're a lady of the people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see you like that. She's smiling for the listeners.
Yeah. But no, I think working with kids is very rewarding, and I think everyone should work with kids. Like everyone says, everyone should work in retail for like 6 months. Everyone should work with kids for just a bit.
I never heard that everybody should work in retail.
Yeah, people say that because it's retail is difficult. I haven't done it, but I really feel for people that have to wake up and work at M&S or Tesco. It's very difficult, and a lot of people are horrible to you.
Well, my daughter would probably say the worst thing is to work in Primark because all the ladies come along, pick up items and throw them on the ground.
Yeah, there should be so much more respect for retail and shopping workers and all of that. But yeah.
I hear. Okay.
Put things back where you found them. Yeah.
Well, it's been an interesting interview. We've learnt a lot. If anybody wants to find you, where can they find you, social media wise?
Go to Kids on the Green. I think our Instagram is, if you look up KOTG, you'll find the youth club. And you'll probably find a picture of me. We're on Instagram. I think there might be a postcode that follows, like KOTG W11 or something like that. But look up KOTG. If you want to join the circus if you've got a kid. The Facebook page has the most updates, which I think is also KOTG W11, but go my youth club. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, thanks a lot for that, and we wish you well. We hope that episode enhanced your life. We post an interview every day, as well as vlogging on our social media channel. Don't forget to subscribe to get our latest episode.